Hey everyone, this is Jack and welcome to the free video. Now obviously we are kind of at the mercy for the next 48 hours of what will happen over in Ukraine and Russia. And I just want to get that out of the way because, we really don't know how Monday's going to open up. So short and sweet, let's be very direct and let's talk about the key level that I'll be looking for whenever we do open up on Monday. If you join me in the day trading room or in the futures room at 9:30 Central, we will be looking for a retesting of 4,300 right here. And if we break below, where's the floor? That's the big question. And it's my guess right now that if we do retest 4,300 and there are no buyers in sight, the big question is where's the floor? Now, the reason why I titled this video Wishful Thinking is because one of my favorite plays, whether it's through futures or through options, is what if we have, dare I say, good news over the weekend, or maybe it's not a good news catalyst, but a possible revisiting of a Monday 43.75 or 4,400. This will be a moment in time where we will get prepped to possibly be buying some, in this order, some IWM puts or some QQQ puts. It's one of my favorite trades. At heart, I'm a little bit more of a contrarian. Obviously, through 2019, 2020, and some of 2021, that contrarian had to be put back in the closet because every dip was being purchased, and we sure did have a lot of fun. Now the market has changed personality. We know that we are not only in a choppy market, but we are potentially officially in a bear market for, I give a timestamp of going into the summer, right? Now, I know anything could happen. Let's talk about why 4,300 is important. So here's the S&Ps, and we really just zoomed out. This is a weekly time frame. I wanted to talk about this level because once you get a larger view, you kind of get a better idea of where some remaining liquidity is. And this takes us back to basically mid-2021, back when things were real good, right? So you look at this and go, pretty basic chart, not too much to look at. Volume profile above, making lower lows, lower highs, not too much optimism here. One of my favorite things to do is wait for the market to push higher and again short it at the right time. And I think the right time for me is going to be 4,400 or 4,425. And that's only to consider the stops that are above 4,400. I still like the idea that every stop or rather, no stop goes untouched. And so if we can have some type of push higher, that will set us up in the rooms for a potential short. And I'm hoping that if we do get that opportunity, it might be one of the best opportunities of the year, last opportunity to have an awesome short in this market before we revisit a possible 4,100, and the equivalent of that in the NASDAQ, yes, is going to be way low. And whenever I say this number, it might be shocking, but it could get worse than this. And what I'm thinking is if it's worst case scenario, again, the reason why I titled this video Wishful Thinking is the wishful thinking comes in if we can get a little bit of a Monday, Tuesday rally for any reason and have that opportunity to short this market. And the level that I'm thinking that we could possibly get to is lower than 12,000. I'm not going to come in and say, 11,000, 10,000. And I'm not, quoting that obviously just for next week, but in general, not trying to put a timestamp on it. But a worst case scenario would be a possible revisiting of back to the October consolidation that we had of, 2020. Yeah, we're taking out all the progress from 2021, and we've done it quickly. So I'm hoping we get one last push higher so we can short it. That's the wishful thinking part. But if we don't, we have to ask ourselves, where's the floor? And so the first point of contention, where we could possibly get a pretty nasty push higher after we get here, but about 12,700. That's kind of this cliff here. And that's an 1,000-point move across the NASDAQ, and we're in a very precarious situation. Again, the S&Ps are now below, with stacked moving averages to the downside, below the daily 200. Okay, that's right there, that dark blue line. We have revisited all the reversions to the mean on the hourly and the daily S&P. And we have a red 10x bars. Those of y'all that use these, y'all know it's one of my favorite indicators that we have here at Simpler. You can see that the reason why it is, a decent idea to entertain the short is because those are all red. If not red, then yellow and red on the hourly chart. So I didn't want to go into commodities too much because a lot of those, you have a wheat limiting up. You have coffee kind of taking a break, and that might present an opportunity for us next week. Here's a daily chart on coffee ETF JO, and I'm looking for that to revisit the 1272. Y'all know that I follow aluminum, the miners. Alcoa looks interesting. It's extended like crazy right now, and it finished up almost 10% for the day. So obviously can't just jump into that, but you know that if you've been following along with what I was talking about just for the entire past 30 days since the end of January, here we are on March 4th, it has climbed all the way through February, and now we can take these extensions off because now those are outdated, but I wanted to show you and leave those on because that's the progress. So I'm not going to be touching that at all, but if you go back to the previous high, and we can go here because that's as far back as I want to go, and then go to the previous low, which is basically the middle of January. You can see the 1272 extension not only got exceeded there, but I would like to see if we can get a trigger or some type of progress lower to once again buy down here at about 86, 87. So those are my two kind of favorites to look at. WEAT, pretty self-explanatory. Can't touch this thing. It's already extended. You hit 1275, by the way, today here in the morning, and you've had a constant a few days of limiting up in wheat, WEAT here. So we have a lot to look at on Monday. Please join me in the day trading room on Monday mornings, 8:20 Central, going for an hour, and then the next moment in time, 9:30 Central, in the futures room. Obviously, we're going to be looking at those S&P levels and then taking a look at commodities and tracking tech to see if it wants to go higher or if that's just wishful thinking. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hope it's helpful. You know the levels we're looking for. Have a great weekend. Thanks for joining me, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching this video. If you've enjoyed the video, be sure to like and comment down below to help us out. Also, be sure to subscribe and click the bell icon so you can get notified when we release our next video. And if you want to watch us trade in real time using our own money, go to simplertrading.com to learn how to sign up. Good trading, and we'll see you in the next video.